Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to today's Cat's Message of the Day. If this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. And if you're returning, it's wonderful to see you again. So before I get into the message, what you'll receive in today's video is my channeled message, plus a page from the Angel Guidance book, and also a card from the Universal Healing Love Deck. Please note that this is a collective group message, so it may not resonate with you today, and that's simply okay. Come back and visit me tomorrow where it may be more aligned with what you need to know. Now, today's message, I feel like I was getting two sort of messages mixed in one. So let's hope that it comes across clear. What matters to you? Be grateful and show gratitude. So they're the two sort of messages, but they're intertwined, so I'll keep going. How many of you, when you heard me say that, your thoughts automatically said, what have I got to be grateful for? Or, I have nothing to be grateful for. Is that your truth? Are you grateful for you? And for those of you in a relationship, are you grateful for your relationship? Did you sleep in a bed last night? Do you have a roof over your head? Did you have dinner last night and brekkie this morning? Do you have clothes? Your health? Do you have family? Friends? A job? Love? Connection with a particular person? The list goes on. And you know what? I get it. And this is why I get it. We're shown, and it's shoved down our throat from societal programming on a daily basis in the form of social media, TV, radio, whatever other forms, and even work and people that you listen to, that in order to be happy, you must look a certain way, buy lots of stuff, have a nice house, have a great car. It's all external material stuff. And in essence, you become a showroom facade. So all it looks pretty on the outside, just like a house. How many houses, and I know I myself, I look at this house on the outside and go, oh, it looks beautiful. I walk on the inside and go, oh my gosh, it's fallen apart. And this is what I'm saying about self. While on the inside, for so many people, they are cracking, crumbling, and falling apart. It's internal torture. Now, and now what's coming through is for many of us, and myself included at one stage, I really did have comparison syndrome. It's a word I created, where we look at other people's lives and we want that, and we compare and we go, well, what have we got? We got nothing. We don't have this. We don't have that. Because social media is all about that, right? And so many of us spend so much time on social media, scrolling, looking at videos, looking at people's houses, looking at their this, looking at their that. And then you go inward and you go, well, I don't have that. That impacts your self-confidence, your self-worth, your self-value. But what if I was to say to you, it's a facade. It's the showroom facade. Go and have a conversation with them and ask them, are they really happy? Some people say, oh yeah, I'm happy. Then if that's the truth, I'm going to put it out there. Those who are deeply internally happy should not be on any medication. I'm going to call it. Should not be on any medication, should not have to see any form of therapy. Because internal happiness, you don't need that. You can self-medicate with happiness and joy. You may not agree with me, and you may not like this. Your thoughts are going, who is she to say that? But isn't that truth? Deep internal happiness means you don't need anything else to make you happy. Firstly, and for so many people, they go and buy stuff. They go and buy clothes. Women are predominantly more known for this. This is not a criticism. This is just my general observation and research from the people that have crossed my path. It is predominantly the women that go and spend the money. It's that quick fix. You feel good when you've bought something. How many times, for any women watching this, you may relate. I know, absolutely, I did it. I would go and buy stuff, ornaments and stuff, and then I'd love it when I was in the shop, and then I'd get home and go, what did I buy it for? Or I've bought clothes, and then I've never worn them. And this is going back years ago. Because I was endeavouring to find things that would give me that quick fix. It's almost like having a hit of drugs, but in the form of buying something or living in a nice house, you go and buy a new car because you really want a new car, and then you get it and it's like after a month, it's filthy dirty on the inside and you don't care about it. This is about identifying, and again, I did a video, I think 2 or 3 days ago about be accountable and own your truth. This is just about looking inward to find your truth and go, you know what, I'm not freaking happy. I thought I was. Because I had all this nice stuff and I have a beautiful showroom facade life. But on the inside, I'm in hell. I'm in torture. I can feel myself cracking and crumbling. So it's about identifying what matters to you. What matters? And a lot of this relationship, I'm going to keep going, and I got sidetracked. I can't predict what information is going to come through a message. So the important thing we need to live a full, happy life is not visible or tangible. You can't buy it. It's self-internal happiness. You have to work and heal and release before we can attain internal happiness, which is, it's about really liking who you are and becoming comfortable with who you are. Firstly, it's taken me a lot of years, and still there are moments where I worry about what people think or going to say, just as I always stipulate in these videos. Part of my reason is I never want anyone to feel judged from me. That's the core of it. If people don't like me through what I have to share, I absolutely respect that. But it's more about making sure that my message gets across, because if you feel that I've criticized, you shut down, you don't hear the rest of what I've got to share. And maybe it doesn't resonate with you, and that's cool. So most people will invest so much money into materialistic stuff, yet they don't see the value in investing in themselves. Do you invest in you? And I'm not just speaking about getting your nails done, or for men going to the gym. I'm speaking about healing your past trauma, releasing your pain. What's impacting you on a daily basis? What happened to you when you were a child that you have not released? That still impacts you today, that still impacts your self-confidence, your self-value, your self-worth. That's holding you back from finding happiness. Because I said to a gentleman yesterday, it was about a relationship, and I said to him, how can anyone be happy in a relationship if they are not happy with self? So meaning that if you're not happy within yourself about you, how the hell is a relationship going to make you happy? How is buying a house, a car, having babies, whatever it is, getting a job, getting a promotion. How is any of that going to make you happy if you're not happy with self first? And he went, I hadn't looked at it from that perspective. And maybe you who is watching this hasn't looked at it from that perspective. We are often just, it's programmed to find stuff to make us feel happy. I ask people, you want happiness? What do you need to have in order to be happy? Do you know, I get a farm, buy this, buy that, and I'm like, what about you? What in yourself is going to make you feel worthy? What's going to make you feel deserving? What's going to make you feel valued? Do you respect you? That's the big question. And that's what you work towards self for, is to gain the ultimate respect for you. The ultimate self-worth and self-value for you. Because how you treat yourself is a reflection of how many others will treat you. You wonder why some people don't respect you? Well, do you respect yourself? And this is going back to what matters to you. Is all the external stuff is what you focus on and what matters? And if you don't have it, it makes you feel sad? Or is it that you focus internally and go, you know what? I need to work on myself. Because I know that when I heal and throw out those wounds and heal them, I can then really look at having the whole internal and external world fantastic. And do you see the value, for those of you in a relationship, do you see value in investing in your relationship? And I'm speaking about relationship education. Because I don't know about you, but I didn't go to school to learn how to be in a relationship. And that was very evident on my first time round. However, I really analysed that relationship and I took so many lessons away from it. I learned so much from that. And what I did was I absolutely implemented into my marriage. Been in a relationship for 13 years and never had an argument. You can believe it or you don't have to believe it. Why would I lie? Those of you who know me, you know my relationship. It's not a facade. That is the way we live on a daily basis. We have the ultimate respect for one another. And I didn't go to relationship school. All the education that I have relationships is what I created, and I trial and test in my own relationship. Because if it doesn't work there, why am I going to teach others? Why, when you're not happy, it doesn't matter who or what you have, it will not bring you inner happiness and contentment. I love that word, contentment. To feel content. There's just this sense of ease, this sense of balance. I feel such contentment in my relationship. It brings me so much joy, which just adds to my internal joy that I have every day, because I've done a lot of work on self. It's been a lot of years, and I continue to. I'm always a work in progress, because there's no such thing as perfection, because I'm not a robot. So absolutely, I invest in myself every day, whether it's in the form of journaling. I still do different courses, always. Because I'll always take away something. I may, be aware of a lot of it. And some of it I may know, and some of it I may be aware, but I'm not implementing. There's a difference. So getting back to the gratitude, what to be grateful for, maybe make it part of your morning ritual to write down 3 things that you're grateful for. We say gratitude every night when we have dinner together. We generally have dinner at least 5 nights out of 7. at the dining table together. We reach across and hold hands and say gratitude. For those of you who are religious would say grace. We say gratitude, and at the end we say namaste rather than amen. You might just choose to say gratitude. We say namaste. We thank our family, we're friends, the food that we eat, the house that we live in, the bed that we have, the love that we have towards each other. For all of our clients, for all of the blessings, for the earth, the food that we eat, the trees that we see, the sky that we have. It's up to you what you want to show gratitude for. And what it does, it takes away the focus from you looking at what you don't have. Because that's really shoved in our face every day, right? So this is just a beautiful tool to go, yeah, I'm grateful I had a really good sleep last night. Because you know what? There are some people out there that are sleeping under bridges that are homeless, that don't have a bed, don't have sheets, don't have food. And yet, when you really, it brings you back down to reality and go, and here I am upset because I can't buy a new car. And yes, they are where they are and because of their life choices, but a bit of compassion. You know, I speak to homeless people, and it's amazing about how our bureaucracy holds them back there. I'm not going to get into it because this is not the time nor the place. However, when you speak to them, rather than, yes, I will buy food, I do not give money, but I also have a conversation. I give them the gift of no longer feeling invisible. And that's a pretty valuable gift. And I do that for people every day. I want everyone to feel heard. So let me continue on. Daily guidance. What does that have for us today? Before I get into this message, if you want to close your eyes with me, take a deep breath. Take it easy. That's appropriate when I said about giving gratitude and sitting down and writing 3 things a day. Absolutely. Sometimes you struggle and strain to achieve so much that you unwittingly block yourself. This is especially true when you want something so badly that you try over and over again to make it happen. Wow. The universe responds to the fear imprinted into the energy of struggle. The underlying anxiety that may be what you desire, what materialize, is mirrored back to you in the form of limitations, delays, and unsatisfactory manifestations. Wow, wow, wow. That's why surrendering brings about immediate results. When you deliver your wish to the universe, you also release the fears that previously blocked you. Letting go is a statement that says, I know my wish is manifesting in the best possible way, even if I'm not certain exactly how it will happen. This faith is akin to opening the front door and welcoming your desire into your home. Take it easy today and allow the universe to do the work of creating your dreams. Your job was done once you made the wish, so turn it over to divine and enjoy your creative ways in which your prayers are answered. Thought for today. I relax and surrender all of my desires to divine. The infinite wisdom and love of divine always provides for my needs in the exact right way. I breathe easily and open my arms to receive with full faith. Okay, that was for those of you who are really wanting something, but your thoughts are so negative about it. No, it's not going to happen. So much negative. And it's saying you're in the way. This is in the way. Step out of the way and stop. Take a moment. Show gratitude for what you have. You're too focused on what you don't have. You have a lot. But this is telling you you don't have anything. It's lying to you. If there is a dream that you want, step out of the way and stop and start showing gratitude and really define what matters to you the most. Because some of you, I'm getting there's this sense of there's not clarity. There's some confusion about what really matters to you. It's almost between the relationship and job. I don't know why I'm getting that. Your relationship is starting to crumble and you don't understand why. You don't know why. You're saying to yourself, you've done everything. But your job is your focus. That's what really matters to you right now. How many hours are you working? What quality time are you spending together? How many conversations have you had? Valuable ones, face to face, not via text. Are you making each other feel loved? Take a moment. Decide what really matters. If you can see your relationship is crumbling, you're sitting comfortable in it, why? What matters? Your job? Money? To buy stuff? To buy a house? To buy a car? Or your relationship? Because guess what? All this stuff doesn't matter if your relationship is no longer. And it's so societal programming, especially predominantly for men. This is not a criticism, guys. This is an awareness. You're programmed, you're meant to be the provider. And in your mind, you believe your wife wants all the fancy stuff. So you go and work lots and lots of hours to get the money. But you know what? In essence, what she really wants is you. And right now, she may not be saying that to you because she's angry, she's frustrated. And so all this other surface stuff comes out. But if you sat down and drilled down to the core and went inward, it is she would feel like she's invisible to you, that she doesn't matter, that your work comes first. And you're feeling you're working because you got to provide the stuff that she wants, which both sides, assuming. Stop assuming. Sit down. Have a conversation, a respectful conversation, and find out what each other wants. When was the last time you had a hot date? And that's what I mean. If you're in a relationship and it's not going well, it's freaking torture inside. It's cracking, it's crumbling. You can see it, but you don't know how to do anything about it. But I've just given you a couple of really good tips. Quality time. Conversations. Stop assuming. Sit down and respect one another enough to have a conversation. And please don't do it by text. Goodness me. Okay, that was very strong. Right, what card have we got? Oh my gosh, it must be the flavor of the day. Because yesterday, I'm sure relationship card came up, or the day before. Doesn't matter. Relationship. Oh my goodness. Okay, what I was just saying. What do you want? I'm absolutely getting this now. What matters to you? This is predominantly for people in a relationship. I hope that your number one is your relationship. First, self, of course. It's self, yes. You must matter to self first and foremost. That's a given. But secondly, your relationship. Because all the other stuff comes from that. If you're not happy with self or happy in your relationship, guess what? That misery flows through to every other area of your life. Your work, your friendships, everything. It just makes you feel shit. That's the truth. And this is absolutely saying, if you're in a relationship and you're finding other things that you're saying matters to you, it's saying, but after self, it should be this. If you're saying your children, I'm not saying that your children don't matter to you. But this, because guess what? If this is not in a good place, that misery and that toxicity within that relationship flows through to your babies. You may not like me saying that, but that's truth. And you want to know how I know that? Because that was me. Toxic relationship, 23 years. And I now see the impact of that toxicity, what it did to my babies. The struggles that they've had in life through what they were exposed to. And so that is where my passion stems from, to work with couples to create this loving, nurturing environment so it does not impact their children. Because if I asked you, go back and reflect on your childhood, what was your environment like? Was it nurturing? Was it loving? Was it caring? Did you see lots of affection? Or was there arguing? Because guess what? Whatever you were exposed to, if your relationship is in a good space, that's what you're exposing your children to. That's truth. That's owning and being accountable for self. You may not like this, and it's a bloody hard pill to swallow. But when you become aware of it and you go, oh my gosh, because I go, why does this keep coming up? And they're really hitting me on the head. This is coming from a place of care, love, and experience. Because if you've got trauma or pain from your childhood, then if you are arguing with each other, that is what is happening to your children right now. That's truth. And yeah, damn straight, that's a hard pill to swallow. And this is not about blame. I am not blaming you. I'm raising your awareness, and I hope that you go, thanks for the feedback, Kat. Holy crap. We're going to absolutely work on our relationship. We are no longer going to do that. Was not aware that I didn't even look at it from that perspective. I didn't think about it like that. I'm going to use that word, and I don't like that word. I've just offered you another perspective. If your children are needing to seek external therapy, what environment have they been exposed to? What relationship are they observing? And if you, for one moment, are going to say, oh, we argue in our bedroom, got some news for you, and it's all bad. Children are intuitive. If you think that your children don't feel the disconnect between their mum and their dad, oh my gosh. They are a part of you, so why wouldn't they feel you? I need to take a breath, because there's a lot of passion in there. There is no judgment. No judgment. I get this way because I so hope that each and every one of you watching this don't shut down to me. Just be open, because there is no judgment here. I am fully aware, and I absolutely respect. You don't know what you don't know. Societal programming does not teach us this. What they teach us is it's okay to argue. That's healthy, apparently. The honeymoon stage ain't sustainable, and I've mentioned this in another one, and I feel that it's my journey right this week is all about relationships and really share my truth. And as I said, there are experts that are saying, yeah, it's okay to argue. No. And yeah, you might say, well, what makes you right? Nothing makes me right. I'm purely offering a different perspective. What I do know is that the way all of the tools that I supply works, because my relationship is still so very much connected. I'm still so very much in love with my beloved, my beautiful husband. And I am grateful for him every day. The love that we have towards one another, I could never have dreamed this in a million years. I went into it with fear, going, how long is it going to last before the true colours show? And he is still who he was back then. Still opens the car door, still makes me coffee every morning. It's the little things that matter. Fills my love bucket. He knows my love language. Has always respected me. Not only in his actions, but in his words. We have always spoken to each other respectfully. Because that is, in essence, how we should treat every human. We should treat every individual with respect and speak to them in a respectful manner, in a respectful tone. So, that was a heavier message than what I originally had anticipated, and sometimes it goes off a path. So, unfortunately, I'm guided, and it's from a place of love, and so I just go with it. Don't question it, just go with it. So I hope for today that you gain something little. Even if it's I'm going to write the 3 gratitudes. Great, do it. And I want to thank you for your time, as I absolutely respect that your time is valuable. Never forget that you matter. You matter. You are your most valuable asset. So invest in you. If you enjoyed today's video, I would be so grateful if you would like the video, subscribe to my channel, and also click on the notifications bell so you'll be notified when I upload tomorrow's Cat's Message of the Day. So for today, take care.